Hello, everyone, and welcome. I've lost count by now to yet another success story. This evening, we are here with Elijah, and I thank him so much for being here. Hi, Elijah. Hi, Richard. Hi, everyone. Great. So, guys, you need to know that Elijah, like all the other guys, is earning an excellent income thanks to Amazon directly from home without any bosses or schedules. So, first of all, I wanted to immediately congratulate you on the results achieved and for everything that has been your approach and attitude during the journey. Probably your coach told me in detail that it was really impeccable, that you followed all the advice, all the directives, and obviously the results were seen. So super congratulations. Great job, Elijah.
Thank you. I put in some effort, but we made it. Come on. Even in a short time, we did it in no time.
Absolutely. So for the more skeptical ones, Elijah, let's start. Let's get straight to the point. Okay, then we can reflect on it afterwards. So now Elijah is showing us the dashboard, obviously live from when we started working together, which I think was September, October. Showing his progress.
Okay, should I share my screen with you?
Obviously. The specifics are there for the skeptics, right? These are live dashboards that Elijah can refresh, even if you do a refresh, right? There's no trick, I mean, so it's not like you can, oh no. Absolutely not.
Okay, this refreshed it for me for the current month because there was a filter. We gave a little spoiler. The books were launched in September, at the end of September. Then, of course, I did all the necessary work and launched the ads here. When it was clear, they started selling. This is the royalty I earned that month. We made about $2,002, exactly more or less 170 with the expense. Of royalties exactly from October 11th to 31, here we have $230 in the American market, okay? And we have 328 in the German one.
So we are talking about a net of $1,600, approximately, right, from the start.
As soon as they launched, they already started doing well.
Perfect. So then, let's talk about November. Okay, this is my November. So it practically doubles already by November. So we end up making $4,353 with an investment of, while this is the advertising campaign platform, obviously we are putting in the same amount of time.
Here we were united 667 plus 328, 667 plus 328. It hasn't changed.
It's the same. What is 6.67 and 4.62 on other?
Yes, it's around 1,100, 1,120, something like that, and 4,003 on track.
We are already talking about practically 3K net in the second month of operation. So let's take a look at how the situation evolves in December. We are more or less at 4,008.
Okay. With an investment, the investment was slightly higher compared to other months because these are hot months with Black Friday and Christmas. So people click more and are more active on Amazon. So I have 1,220 in the United States, 400 in the German market, so 400 plus. It's about 1,620.
We are always there on Instagram. So we can say that you took home your 3,003 clean on December 5th.
The current month that we are already in.
Yeah, pretty much. You always see January 1st, 8. So in 1 week, already $4,000 practically generated, $3,900 generated. So almost to reaching the December results with an investment.
Let's take a look at the investment. We have 500 in the American market and 153 in the German market. So we are at 650, 150.
I addressed the 3,900 generated. So here we are already talking about over 3,300 euros generated in a week, guys, not in a month. So if this month continues on this path, it means it could easily surpass 10,000 euros net. And I hope so. So I can post the dashboard in the group and brag for the first time. look, it's rare that I'm wrong with these predictions. You can also check past interviews, right? So even with Marco and other guys, we used to have fun making these predictions. And looking at this month, I think you can easily surpass the threshold of 10 grand. Surely in revenue, you'll be around 13, 14 or even more, 14 or even more. So from 13 to 16 in revenue with a net of 10, in my opinion, this month. Then you will obviously update us to know if the forecast is correct or not. So go ahead. You can close the dashboard now.
Okay. Should I stop sharing the screen? Yes, go ahead. Okay.
Okay. What can I say? Really, really congratulations again. We are talking about earnings that, in the normal world, if we want to call it that, working, already 3,300 euros. These are significant numbers, guys. These are manager level numbers from people who have studied for years and have already made a career. So an executive in some company makes 3,300 a month in Italy, which is definitely fantastic, even in a week. Well, we're probably talking about someone with a company car, right? And not just any characters, let's say, who work normally. So super, super congratulations. And especially from home. So from home without commuting at any time with the convenience of working when you want, where you want. No, Elijah, what do you think? Exactly.
Yes, the great thing about this is working without fixed hours. So you work when you want, and when you don't want to, you don't work. The fact is that when you start seeing results, it's not that you don't want to work, quite the opposite. It pushes you even more to do even more. And the more you do, the more it pays off and the more satisfied you feel. It's not like an ordinary job where the more you do, yeah, well, maybe they give you 10 euros more a day because you work 2 hours of overtime. If you work 2 hours of overtime and do it well, you will be compensated, maybe not immediately, but later on. In fact, the first week of January, which you saw earlier, is the result. I mean, even this week, I didn't work 15 hours and then reach the 4K. I mean, it's a consequence of the work done before. So that's the beauty of it. If you put in a lot of effort, it pays off. In any case, so it's the best thing there can be, having the satisfaction of what you do and seeing the results.
Absolutely. Like, I completely agree with you. It starts with this virtuous cycle. And then the beauty of it is exactly this. You work for yourself. You create something for yourself. You're not, let's say, realizing someone else's dreams only to get a pat on the back, but you have your own goals. And above all, there's meritocracy, right? So, as Elijah was saying, it's not like in an ordinary job where if you work 2 extra hours, they give you 10 euros, a pat on the back, and that's it. Instead, here, you obviously build something of your own, and it's something that stays with you and continues to grow more and more. Another great thing is that the work you do today pays you for a longer time. It's not strictly correlated to working X hours and earning X amount, but rather you might work today, create a book today that earns you 1,000 euros a month for the next 3 years. So those 2 hours of work are practically worth 36,000 euros.
Exactly. Plus Amazon is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So they work for, I mean, he is always working. He never stops. When you are sleeping, he is selling. When you are awake, he is selling. When you are at the computer, he is selling. And so it all adds up. Leverage your time and work, not based on the hour or how much you earn per minute, but on a different scale, on a different reference.
And then it's the only way to earn, guys, in a significant way, if we want to put it that way. Because obviously your time, you can trade time for money, but your time is limited. When do you go to sell a product, which in this case is continuously sold? I can potentially sell 1,000 books a month while you do other things. Obviously, this creates a huge disparity in earnings, so it's possible to make figures like 5,000 euros a month or 10,000 euros a month, which is almost impossible with a regular job. So you've also joined the club of those who wake up in the morning, refresh the dashboard, and see how much they earned overnight.
I go to check the reviews of my books, open the dashboard, check, see reviews, what is wrong, what is right.
It's a nice way to start the day. So you make yourself a coffee, refresh the dashboard, and see that maybe overnight you've already made $300. Let's put it this way. Another question, another curiosity I wanted to ask you is, would you recommend this activity to other people? People who maybe have a normal situation right now, who would like to start an online business, who would like to start earning online
absolutely yes, because I don't have experience in other sectors and I don't interfere. But since I started here, knowing zero, really zero, because I had never practiced, I had never done anything. I studied the course. It took me quite a while because it's quite comprehensive, and I applied it. Then, obviously, with the help of the coach, it sped up the whole process for me, helping me avoid mistakes that I would probably have made otherwise, which is normal in learning any job you do, but it is less complicated than it might seem from the outside. Once you understand how the market thinks and how the mechanisms move, everything becomes almost automated. It's tough at the beginning because you obviously need to learn, but it's relatively simple in terms of learning. It's nothing too complicated, and it's definitely the right way to start an online entrepreneurial journey because you have low initial expenses. So potentially you can recover what you spend fairly quickly and you have infinite growth margins. In the end, if you keep doing it and continue, you can go on indefinitely, you can scale. This thing here that works even when you are idle, when you are doing something else, allows you to do a bit of what you want, to enjoy life for a moment. Or if you maybe work a lot during the day, still with little time, you manage to earn a lot. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice approach. Then it changes you mentally because you start thinking differently. You think in a more entrepreneurial way. It's a personal growth that comes as a result of studying the course and applying it. And so I recommend it. Yes, I recommend it.
Okay, fantastic. So I won't add anything else to that. Anyway, really, really fantastic. So since I know you are a very ambitious guy, otherwise you wouldn't be here, I wanted to ask you to share with us. Obviously, because we will check later, we will do a nice update in a while, what your goals are. So from here, what goals would you like to achieve? With this business model in X time,
I work on an annual basis, and now it's the beginning of the year, so it's just right. I hope to reach, or rather I am convinced, but I say it for good luck, to live off this business and comfortably bring home 10K a month, which has been a goal of mine for a long time. Finally, I am finding something that will allow me to get there, in the sense that it gives me the possibility to reach that goal. I'm giving it my all anyway.
based, of course, on everything the coach has told me, you have everything it takes to get there. Keep it up. We are probably there. We are always there. Our community is always there. You know that. And so we have accompanied you up to this point, and we will continue to stay together until you reach your goal, which I am sure you will achieve due to your approach, your dedication, and your application, as well as the skills you have to develop. And furthermore, I tell you this because it is an absolutely achievable result. Within the community, we also have examples of double or triple this consistent monthly number. So it can absolutely be done without hoping to go convinced. It's just a matter of time. So Elijah, regarding the community that I just mentioned, I wanted to ask you how you found it. So how did you find the coach? How did you find the community, the group, and the weekly live sessions?
So I have to be honest, I haven't spent much time in the community. Why? Because I made my own decision. Since I hired the coach, I didn't want any external influences. I wanted to go straight and get advice from him, as he had all the experience he could offer me. So if I had a question, I would go to him, and I watched the group very little or not at all. Therefore, I can only give a judgment on the coach in this case. I have to tell the truth. It really helped me, because I am very stubborn in the sense that when I want to do something, I want to test it on my own because I think that. Once I make a mistake, I learn because I do it myself first. However, it's not the right way to think when approaching a new business, especially if you have a coach who can give you a hand.
Who has already been through it, who you have already tested. Exactly.
It helped me avoid quite a few mistakes that I would have definitely made otherwise. And it got me off to a great start with my first book. I mean, it started right away because obviously with his supervision, we went to fine tune the details to see everything specifically. It was launched and it went perfectly. I am sure that without the coach, this result would not have been achieved. With the first book, we probably needed at least 1, 2, 3, because one time this one isn't good, another time that one isn't good. Then you put the pieces together and launch the final one, if I had had the money. exactly here. So even the expense I made for the coach is negligible, because if the result I achieved now, I had achieved in 3 months, I realized that in the end, it was lost earnings, and therefore I spent more by not hiring the coach than by hiring the coach.
The cost of day inaction, therefore not acting, would have been higher.
Exactly. Anyway, super prepared, super good, always present on Telegram, on Zoom. When there were those periods where maybe he didn't hear from me for a week, he would write to me. So well supported, well present, well prepared.
Fantastic. So once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
I am really thrilled with the results I have achieved. Thank you so much also for sharing your experience with other people, with the hope that it can be helpful, especially to those who are just starting out, are uncertain, and don't know which path to take. Your testimony will surely be a great help to them. So I thank you. My name is their name. We'll see each other in the group. We'll stay in touch. And of course, you need to keep us updated. Sure, of course. All right. So great, Elijah. Thank you very much.